We've always been asked about, oh, but you're not the quintessential Hindi film heroine. Some reviewer wrote about me that, oh, Huma Qureshi is lovely as an actress, but maybe, perhaps she's 5 kgs too heavy to be a mainstream heroine. And that really hurt.
It's not only the big girls who get body shamed, it's even the thin ones who do. Because you tell someone who's just growing up, skeleton lag rahi hai, or you tell someone, bhais. You call someone a bhais. Yeah, it stings you and it stays with you.
You're watching films or videos or content on social media, which are these airbrushed, beautiful, filtered images, and you're like, Arey, but I don't look like this. But nobody looks like that all the time.
Today I'm speaking with Sonakshi, Sinha and Huma Qureshi about their next film, XXL. Hi guys. Welcome.
Hi.
Go ahead. It's very evident the message you are setting out to give to everybody out there. How important do the two of you think that, it's important to start conversations like that through mainstream films?
Honestly, we've both been speaking about this issue since both our debuts, respective debuts. We've always been asked about, oh, but you're not the quintessential Hindi film heroine, you don't fit into the mold. So we've done so many interviews, we got sick of it and said, you know what, let's just make a film out of it. Just once and for all, just put out whatever you think in a film, and that'll just be a more entertaining way to put your point across. Because I don't know how many people really read interviews or really follow them or whatever, but I guess in a more entertaining, fun way and a humorous way, you can put that message across, which is such an important conversation about body positivity and female friendship, because that's really the need of the hour, know.
Yeah. And it's also very difficult to talk about such a sensitive topic. I'm saying sensitive because people make it to be. It's actually not supposed to be. And that too, use satire and humor to kind of convey the message. Did you find that difficult to kind of do that through this film?
No, honestly, because it's so personal to us. It's so close to home, this film and the characters that we played. We've grown up kind of maneuvering ourselves in these situations and doing it in a very graceful manner, I would like to believe. And which is what we wanted to do here also. We are putting out a subject. This is a story about two beautiful, very talented, very hardworking girls who are constantly being told that your dreams don't matter, or you won't be able to do it, or they're constantly being put down, that you cannot tell anyone that their dreams are too big.
This question is to both of you. I'll start with you. How has your journey been when you talk about self-acceptance? Because you said there is a prototype in this industry, like you said, quintessentially looking women actors in the industry. So how has your journey been from there to today as you sit here in terms of self-acceptance and said, this is who I am?
I think, when I started out my journey, I went to an all-girls college. So I think for some reason I felt very free, and, I guess going to an all-girls college gave me a kind of expression which I found for myself, whether it was theatre or it was elocution or whatever. And I did a lot of extracurricular. So when I came to Bombay, I came with that zest, that feeling of freeness and not caring and just being myself and being unapologetic almost. And I think my first burst of films also kind of reflected that. But yes, I would like to admit that it did start affecting me. The constant chatter, the constant questions. Sometimes if you're not thinking about it, 10 people ask you the same question, you go like, 1 second, am I missing the point here? Am I supposed to be another way, and maybe this is not right? And then there were a couple of, I would like to call them the lost years, which I didn't know who I was, and I struggled, and I was asking myself, what am I doing? I also became scared. I also became a bit more sort of inward looking. But I think at some point I was like, what, this is me. And actually, despite me thinking it's a dark phase, I'm still getting offered the films I'm getting offered. I'm still getting the love.
Films.
Absolutely. And I'm so grateful for those makers for, placing their trust in me, and to the audiences for accepting me in all my different films and characters. So I'm like, 1 second. This conversation actually is redundant. Because I've been here now, 10 years working, and I think my second film it was when some reviewer wrote about me that, oh, Huma Qureshi is lovely as an actress, but maybe, perhaps she's 5 kgs too heavy to be a mainstream heroine. And that really hurt. And it was too personal, and I felt like, forget me, like so many other young girls who also have aspirations and dreams, to want to break into this world, it would be such a huge, deterrent to them. So for us to come together, I don't think could have been a more beautiful culmination of this conversation for me, where I'm like, here's a girl who debuted in Dabangg, and I debuted in the Gangs of Wasseypur, and we both had really successful, careers and are still having them. But even then, this is the only question that keeps getting raised. Why is that even a point to be asked? Why should that even be a conversation? why are you not talking about how much effort we're putting in the work that we're doing and what result that is getting us?
Because it gets overshadowed by this conversation, which is not even important.
Exactly.
Yeah. Honestly, like we've just been conditioned as a society to kind of subscribe to a particular standard of beauty, which isn't set by nobody knows who.
Correct.
You know, so and which is what we're trying to bring up in this film. It's not only the big girls who get body shamed; it's even the thin ones who do. And we've seen it happen in front of us, and it's treated so casually. I just feel people need to just become a bit sensitive with the conversation that they're having and the things that they're saying to people, because you tell someone who's just growing up, you know, skeleton lag rahi hai, or you tell someone bhais, you call someone a bhais. Yeah, it stings you and it stays with you for years after, you know, because those are your formative years. So people just need to, I think, sensitize themselves to, you know, how to handle people who just look slightly different from their standard of beauty which they have in their minds.
Like, it's so boring after a point at some of these filmy parties also, because people are only discussing, oh, you've lost weight, what diet are you following, are you working out twice a day? And I'm just like, can we have any other conversation? Like, come on, do you read, do you watch, do you travel? Tell me something, you know, engage me, educate me. But no, this is all they talk about. And I'm just like, no, I'll check out.
Honestly, like I'm one of the very, very, very few people who, while growing up, I was overweight, but I was very, very confident.
Yeah,
of
you've spoken
myself
about
at
that.
that point of time, because I never used to base my worth in the way I looked. It was always about what I was capable of doing. I was good at sports. I was good at my studies. I was a good kid to my parents. These were the things that made me confident about who I was and not the way that I looked. So I didn't let it bog me down. Of course, people made fun of me. They called me names based on my weight. But I would cut that off and like completely ignore it and just move forward with my life. And that really did help me, even maneuvering my way through my entire career, when people, all they wanted to do was write about my weight or ask me questions about my weight. If I wasn't that confident when I was a child, I probably wouldn't have been able to handle the pressure now, you know. So it comes from having a good support system in terms of your friends and your family who have been with you. Honestly, I really wanted a role model like that for myself while growing up.
Yes.
Because there was literally no one who I could see being an overweight girl and feel that, wow, this is really cool that, you know, she's been able to crack it and she looks like me and she's doing all that she wants to do in life. So I never had that, which is what I wanted to be for girls who are that age, you know. That
Yeah, that's so beautiful, right?
Yeah, and it's lovely.
Because when you see yourself being represented on screen,
Yeah,
it empowers you
it
as
does,
well. Ki,
yeah.
oh, she looks like me, but she can do it, so maybe so can I.
Yeah, and you know, and my dad always taught me. My dad used to always say that he was a very unconventional looking man. He had a scar on his face. He was tall, lanky, dark. All these things that people did not see a hero at that point of time becoming. And he said, you know what used to make me even more empowered was that when people used to come and tell me that, you know what, we used to say that if this guy can do it, so can we. And that really stuck with me, and that is the kind of thing that, you know, I went with my entire career. I want girls to say, if she could do it now, even I can.
Yeah. But did it ever affect you, these comments, etc., when you used to get
Of course
them?
it does, but briefly, of course. Like I said, these are not things that you should let yourself be bogged down with. Like, there were too many good things happening to kind of concentrate and dwell on the bad things.
Whom I've had to ask you, you know, there are so many people out there, like you said, we want them to watch this film and say, if she can do it, so can I. So what would you girls like to tell the women out there who are struggling with this, you know, being told constantly you're overweight or you can't do it because you look a certain way? What would you like to tell them?
Dude, the thing is, it's reached a point where even perfectly thin, skinny, whatever girls are also feeling this sense of body dysmorphia.
They're not good enough.
That they're not good enough
It's
because,
sad,
you know, because right now, what are you doing? You're watching films or videos or content on social media, which are these airbrushed, beautiful, filtered images, and you're like, Arey, but I don't look like this. But nobody looks like that all the time. It doesn't exist. It only exists on a filter, which is not the reality. Like today, I was telling, I was talking about it earlier, that I met this girl in the gym, and you know, she's a beautiful girl. And she walked up to me and like this morning, and she's like, "Oh, you know, I'm so happy you're making a film on this, and you know, I feel so good because you know, I'm also trying to break into this world. I just signed a show on OTT, but you know, they tell me my arms are too big because then I won't look good next to the hero. I look bigger than him." And I'm like, "So if you look bigger than the hero, then so what? Does it make him less?"
His problem.
That's his problem. Tell him to eat ना. उसको बोलो खाना खाए, body बनाए. तुम, you know, why are you dying? उसको बोलो.
his problem.
And how does it make him less manly if he's looking smaller than you? It happens in real life. You know, not all couples, a guy is always the bigger one. So I feel this is so fed into our system. And I was looking at her and like I wanted to say so much more, but then I was like, you know, it's a struggle, babe, and it's not going to get easier. But you have to hold your ground and you have to invest in you. You have to invest in your talent and yourself, and just because if you see it, the world will see it. You have to see it first, but.
Yeah, I think I just want to tell them that you have to find confidence and you have to find your worth in things that are not so superficial, I feel, first of all. And there is constantly going to be that chatter around you, whether it's from an auntie, whether it's from your brother, whether it's from your brother teasing you, whether it's from your own parents, whether it's from school friends and bullies, or it's going to be there always. But you have to kind of find your way around it and find your self-worth in things that actually mean something.
What were the sets like for you girls? I'm sure it was a lot of fun.
Sonakshi
Is
not
there like
fun.
a memory? No, not fun.
She's not fun.
She's not fun.
She's not fun. She's quite boring.
Liar.
You're quite boring.
Okay, Huma.
This film and proper.
I'm just going to agree with whatever she said.
But you are a little boring.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tell them a funny story, then they'll believe you're not boring.
I had a blast on the set.
Can you see your face? I had a blast on this
I
set.
had a blast on set because it was literally us 4, 5, 6 friends working together, and like we were like a core team, a core gang of people who just got together to make a film, and it was just too much fun. I think every day it didn't feel like you're going to work, you know, it just felt like you're going to hang out with your friends. And
make a movie together.
And make a movie together while you're hanging out.
But the best work happens when you're having fun, right?
Oh my god.
Absolutely.
Like no egos, no drama.
And we've had a bit too much fun on this film. So
imagine a day on this set, right? You wake up, you can eat whatever you want. You don't have to go to the gym. You go out, you hang with your friends, and you make a fun movie with lots of singing and dancing and like whatever. I'm like, I love this job. Best job in the world.
Yeah.
This is for all you guys who are right now in the gym slogging for your next role.
All right. Thank you so much, girls. Good luck for the film.
Thank
I'm sure
you.
you'll do really well. Thank you.
Thank you so much.